It's about to start. It's all upstairs, the whole event's upstairs, so if you want to head up there, it's just about to start. Aaron Court, if you're in, can you look at table 8, please? Aaron Court. Kim Saunders, table 4. Kim Saunders.
Yeah, I'll get a couple of balls.
Table 6, Phil Riley, Louis Rossi. Table 6, Phil Riley and Louis Rossi. Table 8, JJ Spink and Adam Andritsky. Table 8, JJ Spink and Adam Andritsky. Table 14, Shannon Purcell, Jamie Stevens. Table 14, Shannon Purcell and Jamie Stevens. Table 12, Torin King, Kurt Balderstone. Table 12, Torin King, Kurt Balderstone. Table 3, Leon Holt, Sarwan Naker. Table 3, Leon Holt, Sarwan Naker. Table 9, Mickey Cassiola, Anthony Derrin. Table 9, Mickey Cassiola, Anthony Derrin.
vibrate first rather than on the left. So it doesn't.
Good idea.
Leon Hook, table 3, Leon Hook. Table 10, Risa Callahan, Damo Walsh. Table 10, Risa Callahan, Damo Walsh. Chris Ormsby, back to table 3 for your umpiring, please. Table 13, Chris Jeffrey, Clay Wiedenbeck. Table 13, Chris Jeffrey and Clay Wiedenbeck. Table 2, James Delanty, Anthony Graham, Table 2.
coi. Không mày.
Oh, it was dancing.
Berri got that check. It was playing together at one time.
Yeah.
And they were running.
It was
Up to 7.
Table 7, Brett Neiman, Barry Jenkins. Tables Brett Neiman and Barry Jenkins. Okay, and could have been champions on table 11. John Perchie and Kane Weekly on table 11. Table 4, Jake Pacello and Michael Cassiola. Table 4, Jake Pacello and Michael.
Not powering on. Oh, fuck, maybe I haven't done it for this one. Oh, this one's on, yeah. We'll try this one. No. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You will have just witnessed Alec Evrenatis defeat Kim Saunders 3-1. And you can now hear my lovely voice, which generally means I have exited the tournament, which is indeed the case. Shannon Purcell decided to give me a full bending over and service. And we are now witnessing Peter Kennedy and Phil Missick. And Phil Missick, previous round, beat Keenan Sigler, who in the first round drew Dave Ewing, who I put as a very, very big chance to win this tournament. He's hitting the ball very well. And it is just quite amazing how you'll see a player with such a name get beaten by a player with another pretty good name in Keenan. And then a lot of people will not know who Philip Missick is, especially if you're outside of South Australia. And believe me, he is underrated in my opinion. He can play the game. And 2-1 up. Got himself in a small spot of bother. Now I will also highlight these tables that the cameras are on, and pretty much most of them in the room. I will highlight to you, in case you're not familiar with this tournament, the pockets are, I would say, more than generous, especially down the cushions. They're pretty difficult to miss at soft pace. You just got to get them near the pocket. And you can punch them down the rail at quite a firm pace if you're pretty accurate, and they will swallow them up like you would not believe. Middles are also quite generous. You can catch the inside jaw and pot them. But what that does do is open this up for quite the chook raffle and an entertaining tournament. And we will see, I'll promise you now, a lot of clearances. Now, I don't know if you've seen any yet since the stream started, but I will promise you as this tournament goes on and people's arms start flowing, you'll see a few clearances. Now Peter Kenny's decided I'm going to play a little safety here and open up my 2 awkward balls. Slightly underhit, wanted to just sneak in behind that yellow one, would think. But a pretty good wide all the same, and I think Phil Missick may have to play the big cut. Could also play the sort of face cut double.
Andy Ripley, Reece Scott on table 8. Andy Ripley and Reece Scott.
Probably his worst ball on the table by a mile, the one on the right side cushion. Don't know if the face cut double's quite there or not, or whether he gets the double kiss. It's hard to tell from the angle, but it looks pretty good. Might be a touch straight for it. But he's playing it. He's had a crack at it, and this was the bonus prize too, was the white ball travelling into an area of pretty safe. Now, Peter Kennedy here is faced with a shot where he really has to play, I guess, the ball down the cushion. And as I said, if you just make a decent contact with this, just fairly full, even if it touches a rail, it will probably still drop. But it's still a tough shot from there. It needs to be cued quite well. You're relying on the table not deviating at all. But I feel he has to play the shot, unless he flicks off and takes white ball the bottom cush. It leaves him off that top right-hand corner ball, but he's playing the dead weight. But as you can see, the white ball has probably just trickled in a little bit and made the overcut happen. Big chance here for Phil.
Marcel Doremus, Mark Snell, table 10. Marcel Doremus, Mark Snell, table 10.
Ball in the middle, I'd say first. Don't dribble it in too much. You want to get a bit of separation with the white and the red that he's going to cannon to the right of that ball. And you should at least have the top left. But he's decided, no, don't like that shot. I'm going to go around this red. Give himself a choice of a number of balls if he gives it a little bit. That's pretty good. He's got himself options. I think the one in the bulk area itself is probably not a good option right now. Hampered queuing, probably a little bit straight. Ball in the middle seems the obvious choice, and he can probably stun the white once again, give himself multiple options. I do worry a little bit about these 2 balls in the middle of the table, just purely because it's hard to tell exactly which pockets they do go in. I obviously don't think they pass the right centre. They will to at least the bottom one will pass to the left, and then obviously top left corner.
Table 4, Jake Pasillo.
Might be playing the middle of these and just floating down for those 2 in the middle now. One thing I can comment about these tables, they're very slippery on the cloth. So if you've got a shot where you've got a little bit of angle and you're just trying to dribble it in and land in an area, they will tend to get away from you a little bit and go probably even like a foot further than what you may expect. So it really does suit the player that plays the just off angle stuns, your little soft screw shots, your drag shots, just things like that where you just don't have to move the white much and don't allow it to get away from you. And because they're so generous along the rails, landing behind balls and taking them full length of table up the cushion and that, it's a shot that's very worthwhile and realistic on these tables as well. So it really opens up your shot range. And Phil looks like he's played that pretty well. Probably would have liked to have been a touch straighter. And this might be a good example of what I was talking about in regards to the white can just slip away from you a little bit. I think maybe he may have to play for the top corner here. Might have a bit too much angle. If he can get straight on the right-hand side one, he can just stun it. And the important part will be to leave an angle for the final red to just sneak to the left-hand side of the table for the black in the bottom right. So still a little bit of work to do. All looks really simple when you look at it on here. 3 balls in the middle of the table in the black, but a little bit of pinpoint position required for the first couple of shots. So that's not bad, because if he just stuns this plain ball, he will have probably a perfect angle. Must cue this though. Not smash it, just cue it in. Rolling it in will not be any good. The white will travel too far forward, so you must play the stun shot. This is just one of those shots where you must back yourself. I mean, you could play the other ball as well. That one is more of a roll-in shot, but I believe the right-hand ball is the shot. Doesn't want to get too low on this white and screw back too far. I would be playing this pretty much centre ball. If you're actually wondering why Phil sometimes feathers so much, he was actually on my table yesterday, and I do notice that he seems to have a bit of a focus issue at times where he can't quite focus immediately. So he'll stay down there and compose himself to a point where he can focus on the shot. Does it very well. It looks like he's got himself a nice angle there as well. And a lovely shot there from Phil, and he is about to take this match and make his way into the best of 7 draw in the 16. Has taken some solid scalps, played some solid pool, and deserves his position the last 16 should this black go in. So you'll actually see on screen now. I don't think people are going to mind me explaining why he's like that, and I'm sure people are wondering, but he actually does have a condition of Tourette's. Which actually is even more credit to him. As you can see, he just gets himself settled to focus, cues the ball beautifully, in it goes. Solid player, underrated, very good. Was on my table in qualifying yesterday as well, and wrecked me as well, just for the record. Meanwhile, black out of turn. So Jake Basello, probably not happy with that. Mikey Cacciolo says thanks for the strawberry. Mikey Cacciolo, I'm tipping, will not have been upset with his draw to the 32 thus far.
Table 1, Salo Naker. Alec Everanados, table 1, Salo Naker.
And I will actually be going for Mikey Cacciolo to win this tournament now, because I do have him in the Calcutta, for no other reason than that. Very rare where you want me to hear a South Australian win a tournament, but this will be an exception, purely from a financial standpoint.
Table 3, Philip Missick, Chase Daly. Table 3, Philip Missick and Chase Daly.
Phil Missick is up again against Chase Daly. Tell you what, that is not the worst draw of all time. Big break there from Mikey, but no dice. And as you can see, balls are very central to the table. This opening red, if he chooses to take it in the right middle, tricky. Does have a much easier option to the left, but when I reassess the table, I'm thinking maybe yellows. Yes, I think yellows. I don't even know why I looked reds here. He's got a little bit close to that, caught a bit thick, and well, unfortunately for Jake, he's out of position straight away. Unless he can just sneak through this gap between black and red to the yellow in the centre. So he's jacking up, but he must be able to get through this gap. He's just jacking up to avoid the in-off. Oh, he's actually missed it clean here, the red. So 2 shots, Mikey Cacciolo. And straight away, I think you'll see him just deal with these awkward balls in the centre of the table where they look a little clustered. But 1 shot and a little cannon will just open everything right up. The other sort of tricky area, these 2 balls at the bottom right, just because they're covering one another. may opt to plant them now. Playing the centre ball plant instead. Well, I'll have to say I don't agree with that shot at all, but maybe okay on this red at the bottom right. Unless he juices this up a bit, he's going to go straight into the other red and not really have an enormous amount of control with what happens. Black's also a little tricky. It's just covered to a lot of pockets. I'm not sure if it goes to the bottom right or not. If it does, it's probably not too bad. This is a strange shot. Well, it's turned out all right. Strange option though. Risky option too, I think, but it's worked out okay. Well, I don't think he wants to push that up so high. He may be forced to take the ball as his cannon now just because it's become awkward. Otherwise, he's probably not going to get on it better than he is now. It's a nice pot. Lots of options here, depending on his angle. Obviously dead straight, so a nice little pot at the corner with a little run through. And he'll have choices here of whether he picks a gap between the yellows or if he heads down the table for the centre. It'll all depend on his choice and the angle that he can get on the final red. He might stun back, he might run through. It will all depend on his preference. So, well, he's probably gone a little far with that, you would think. Might be okay. Definitely wanted to be a lot straighter because now he's got too much angle with the white where he can't sort of stop it in an area he wants with minimal movement. It's not exactly what you'd want. He's just gone bang, overplayed it a touch, but he won't be unhappy. He's got a shot. And he's looking like he's queuing well, Mikey. That will go in to the pocket and sit there. Wow. And he does a strange what was the 3 number gesture with his hand all about there? I'm not sure. And Jake Pacello says, I will knock all these balls in the middle of the table. He's just waiting at the moment for Alec, who's on the other screen, to play a shot. And this is a big match, actually, Alec and Sarwan Naker. As Alec fouls, gives away 2 shots to Sarwan. If he gets a little can on the yellow here, just like that, he'll be perfect. Now, this is actually very important, this shot, because you need to make sure you give yourself simple transitional angles. He's chosen the correct ball. I would not have liked to have gone that far personally. Should obviously still be okay, but well, it was heaps straighter than I thought. So Mikey Cacciola, who accurately hit the black, just didn't have enough wheat bix for breakfast, has given away that frame, and we go to 1-all. Not sure if Sarwan's still got 1 or 2 here. This is a good example of just how much these pockets just swallow the balls. Oh, actually, that wasn't a good example at all because he did that clean. It wasn't funny. Good shot, that. Shocker break there from Jake. Not even sure if 3 hit. Didn't actually pay much attention. Well, he's still. Oh, he must have pot one. He's still at the table. Does he dribble this in or go? Jeez, he's got into that, and that's a great shot from Sarwin. So Sarwin will take the first frame. Jake Casello potting a lot of balls here, which I've got to be honest, I don't really recommend. I do not see any way he's making this clearance from here. And he's pulled up. I don't mind the double here for Mikey. The ball that's just directly above the yellow. Just play the punch double and hold the white directly on the yellow, the one that's next to it. Don't know about that shot. But I think Mikey in the back of his mind is thinking, well, this guy's just not going to make a clearance from here, even if I leave him on a ball. Maybe even tempting him to pot the easy balls and dig a grave for himself. I mean, he does have an option here to pot this ball in the corner, give himself an angle to go into this pack, but then you're just relying on a result. It's not what you want to have to do, unless you're actually absolutely forced to do it. And he has decided to pull up, which is probably the correct option. Now you would think Mikey, the yellow just played up the top, he's probably going to play it back down here again. He has. Played it a bit like a fairy though. I would like to have brought that right down into the game, hit it a bit straighter and try to bring it towards the bottom left corner a bit.
Table 12, Will Shilton, Malcolm Stock. Table 12, Will Shilton, Malcolm Stock.
See, Mikey, he might even hit this yellow again, this one that he just hit before. Because he doesn't really want to move any of this other stuff in the packs. And he's going to. So, to me, playing this shot 3 times in a row,
Carol Nunn, table
seems
2.
pointless. That's a
Webb
great
Carter,
shot.
table 2.
That's an excellent shot. And had he have done something like that a little bit more earlier in the frame where it was in a better position, then it may have allowed him to advance the other balls in a better position as well. Jake might just pot this yellow. I'd say if he's actually, I think, tried to pot that red, which I think is a bit of a incorrect decision, and Mikey would have loved it if that went in. Must have caught the jaw there with the white, because there's no way it would have finished there otherwise.
Anyone knows a Mal Mutton, if you're quite upstairs for the non-qualifiers, Mal Mutton, please go upstairs for the non-qualifiers.
Wow, that is a result. That is a massive result. I don't care who you are, you cannot judge that shot to that perfection if you play for it that well. That is sick, that shot. I think Mikey's actually going to be forced to pot this and force Jake to have a dip. If you are going to pot
Carol
this...
Nunn, table 2, Carol Nunn.
Yeah, if you can't do too much with this, at least leave the white ball hard up on the cushion. Well, he's going to leave a foul snooker most likely, or is he going to get lucky? He's got very lucky there with a no foul snooker, but one good shot here just to open all these balls up and leave yourself a shot. It's not as simple as it first looked either, because you can come off the bottom side of the red, but you'll only move the yellow really, and not much else. Like that. But he's got good separation. It's good enough.
Phil Jones, Reece O'Callaghan, table 5. Phil Jones and Reece O'Callaghan.
Still a little tricky. Just one nice pot required. And, oh, that might do it. Another stun shot. Play for the centre. Land as straight as possible for the black in the opposite middle. Looks like he's got a bit of angle to stun off the bottom cushion.
Table 11, Yang Train, Mick Smith. Table 11, Yang Train and Mick Smith.
He's jacking up a fair bit on this. Doesn't want to overscrew this. Well, he's played that quite well. I actually don't know how that's come off like that, jacking up that much. A little stun into the yellow would be perfect here. Oh, what happened there? It skipped. Pressure shot, this in the middle. They're very missable under pressure. Requires to be still and good cueing. And has produced. So Mikey, with a bit of an error there, I feel. I much would have think I would have preferred to just pot that ball and leave the wide ball hard up.
Phil Jones.
And my horse in the final horse in the Calcutta, I think, is looking in danger. Oh no, I may still have Phil Riley. I don't know if he's still going or not. He's still going. Alec must be on red.
Phil say there. Best horse 7.
So this match, even though it says best of 5 on screen, is actually best of 7, being in the last 16. I'm pretty sure. Good shot there from Alec. Didn't get a great result. And we would expect Sarwan to make this. But this red down the bottom here near the red, sorry, the yellow near the red, probably have to play for the plant. Mikey looks like he's on a pretty decent out here as well himself. So let's watch this shot from Sarwan, because this is Kiwi's shot to the front. And he's played it well, played it very well. Only thing here, don't land straight off this plant. Oh, he's missed it. Alec with a big chance. Two, one down. He's 32. Oh, and he's gone in off. I have to say, he's played some shocking shots. It's a poor shot because he shouldn't have been anywhere near that red, and he knows it. But we'll probably lose the match from there. I mean, you don't really get balls linking much better than this. He can pretty much land wherever he wants every shot and have something on. And as you can see, it didn't really land anywhere probably where he intended. Well, if he's intended to land there, then I have to question the shot, but he's got all these options available to him. He's got the one at the top, he's got the one on the bottom right, he can even have got the one in the middle. As long as he keeps his white sort of in the centre of the table. Oh my God, are you kidding me? That is crazy. This guy is destined to win this match after that shot. That is mental. And once again, it just smashes it in, lands fat, like no worries. All linking perfectly. And this match is over, folks. Mikey Cacciola, you suck. I just lost $600. Well, where's this going? Well, he's got two. Sometimes it's better to only have one on these shots, because if you start thinking you've got two and you try and lay up. Well, and that's what he's done. He's played the double. If this lands hard up on the rail like this is why I'm saying you are better off just playing that like you've got one shot. And Mikey Caccioli, is he going to get a strawberry? I'd had him counted out for all money there. He was done. This doesn't even look like it doubles, except maybe top right hand corner. Oh, look at this shot. That is a... Oh, my God. This is actually the most crazy frame of errors. And if Mikey chops this up, I will actually fly and sidekick him across the table from here. I have no right in saying that after some of the chop-ups I've done of late on stream. But it's a perfect shot there from Mikey, and he stays alive somehow. I do not know how. And Steve Jamison, are you in the tournament still, Steve? Is Steve Jamison still in the tournament? Steve Jamison is also here, so he's going to join me in commentary. We both suck, Steve. And Mikey Caccioli has just got a forest of strawberries. He's actually a farmer. He grows his own. That was so ridiculous. Welcome, Steve. Welcome now, Steve.
Oh, welcome everyone. The commentary box, otherwise known as Loser's Corner.
It is now. And, well, Alex won that frame.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know how. Oh, that's right, because someone missed that plant. I forgot about that. And this is very congested. I think we should stick with this Mikey Caccioli frame after that. Oh, what is going on here? There's two horrible breaks. All clustery and yucky.
So where's Jake Porcello from? Do you know it?
I'm going to assume he's an SA fellow. I'm not sure.
Do you know Jake Porcello? No. So the unknown quantity, putting Big Mikey under pressure.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw all that frame, Steve, but that was crazy.
Saw a couple of the shots.
It was like, I don't know what it was like, but it wasn't amazing. Alex is going to take control of this frame now. And that is the correct shot. The yellows were certainly not clearing at that visit unless some miraculous shots occurred.
Mick Smith, table 11, Mick Smith.
So Mikey must have had two shots there with an open table.
Yeah, would he go off the table or something, this fella? I don't know what happened there. He's just promoted one red and said, I'll use my second one to actually take reds.
Not an easy out here on reds for Mikey.
Will Shilton, table 12, Will Shilton.
This black is buried, isn't it?
And
That's
he's
why he's
decided to
covering
go
up.
up. Yeah.
At 2-all, and that
Yeah.
is 2-all, folks, as well. Just get Dan to update that when he gets back.
Oh, it is 2-all. Sorry,
Yeah, it is 2-all.
2-1.
As I said, that match should have been well and truly over 3-1. It was just a crazy few visits there. I didn't actually see what Sarwin did, but it's caused Alex to have a bit of a think.
I think you need a bit of luck to win this tournament.
Look, to be honest, you absolutely do, and it only takes one match where you just don't have a very good run of the balls, or just, you might just not play as well, and you're out.
Yep.
And I do believe when you're playing on tables with pockets this generous, and you do get an unfavourable rub of the ball in a match, that can cost you a frame or two. It's just match over. You're done.
Yeah. Try breaks or dangerous.
They are if they open right up for sure. I think Sarwin just got a massive result there.
When you get to the rest of 4 matches, though, then it changes a little bit.
Yeah, look, to be honest, that was my aim, my starting aim for today.
Yeah, same.
I basically set myself a few mini goals, and the last 16 was the first one, just to get to those best of sevens. I feel really comfortable by that stage, and like if I'm not cueing well by then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
But I actually felt like I've cued well all day today.
Good shot from Alec.
Very good shot. And he's actually not left a lot in return either. And Mikey is actually looking like he's going to go out here. He might just get a little nudge on this yellow just below the black.
Yeah, this is a good chance.
Just like that, he's just opened it up nicely.
Going to play the plant again.
Yeah, you probably use the yellow on the side cushion to hold the white, just to make sure it doesn't get away from him in the white, because he's very slippery, these tables.
Yeah.
There we go, he's done exactly that, and this is a class finish.
Yeah.
Well, providing he does finish after what I just saw last frame, who knows? But I don't expect him to miss these. He does have to get a little bit of hardware out though. He's brought out the rest, and well, we all know anything can happen with the rest. But he's played that with precision.
I'm calling it early. I think he's going to win today.
Well, I'd like to see that, Steve, purely from a financial perspective.
Okay, you've got him in the Calcutta, have you?
Two, yeah. My last time, I've got Riley as well. That'd be a great final. They're still going. Oh, it must be a 16 match. Well, there you go. It was an end of match, that last that strawberry that he got.
Phil Riley and JJ Sprint, table 13. Phil Riley and JJ Sprint, table 13.
I'm actually going to confirm this because I don't reckon it is.
Still going upstairs?
Yeah, just confirm this is the last 16 match, my bad. Oh, dumps the white, Mikey, and huge break. Yellows, I looked for like a quarter of a second, if that, and just knew yellows are the balls. As probably did every single person watching the screen. Still a bit of work, but I'd much rather have to deal with the work required on yellows than those two ugly balls on the side cushion there in reds. Jake says, I agree. Jesus, what is going on here? Dumping the white all over the shop.
That's just what Salin needed. I think he was just losing the grip of this match. For a while, Alex was in good control.
Still a lot of work to do on reds,
Yeah.
even with two.
Yeah,
But Sarwin has been known to produce large outs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Steve, that out at Geelong that he played on Nick Howie with two. That was ridiculous.
I don't know.
That was a crazy out, and it did cause quite a
stir.
Yeah, stir in the room, and obviously Nick did a bit of a cue throwing act and stuff. It was quite good. But and Nick Howe was supposed to be here this weekend, but he hasn't turned up. I'm not sure what happened there.
Simon a bit disappointed with that opening shot. He wanted to have a half ball angle on the red to do the dislodgement.
Oh wow! What is? I don't think I've seen in like just two tables of pool so many in offs.
Grant Weekly, table 11, table 1, Grant Weekly.
Mikey with a chance.
Yeah, the players are losing the white a little bit.
As I said, these tables are super slippery, and if you let the white run, and especially if you're trying to control small distances, they get away from you. But these have just been genuine, just poor quality white ball controlled shots.
So Mikey's on the red, is he?
He's got to worry about these two balls on the side cushion. Tries to get in one now.
He's got into it a bit too much.
Angle's no good, Steve.
Yeah, he's under a bit of pressure here. Because the yellows are spot on if he happens to miss. Can he get an angle on the last red to go into them?
I think if you're going to, you'd almost play for the double, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I just think he'll just try and mop the double up or cover the pocket. Covering the bag's very risky, isn't it? Or he's going to try and lay up behind it.
Overcut this? Yeah, great shot. Great shot.
Good shot. Very good shot.
Would have liked the white to have landed a little simpler than that, but one good queuing shot and he wins the match.
That's right. It's a big pressure ball though, but I think he handles himself well under the pump. Normally.
Yeah, he's a good queuer, Snipey. Oh, and as I say that, he's missed that by a fair bit, yeah. They're actually tough to play in the middle at that pace, at that angle as well.
I don't necessarily think he had to punch it as hard. To be honest, I would have just dropped it in dead weight personally, but
I think he just didn't want to be on the cushion, maybe. See, this is what I'm talking about. This white has almost slipped away there. Actually, it probably
I'll be
has.
taking the bottom yellow here, not this one, folks.
The one over the pocket?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. And look at this.
That is a sharp central.
Just probably a little bit rushed.
Yeah, he did rush it. That's inexperience. I mean, we don't know Jake, so I'm guessing he's not been in this sort of format very often.
Yeah, look, as I said, don't know.
It's
He's
quite a bit of pressure when you're out there on the cameras, CueballTV for the first time.
Yeah, probably going to guess he's at probably an intermediate level or something like that. Mikey's lost away. It's like, this is a perfect example I've been talking about. This white ball just getting away from when you've got to play these thinnish cuts in the corner, in the middle of the corner.
Yeah.
The white just travels and travels and travels.
I'm calling that this goes in.
Nicholas goes in?
Yep.
I think you'll try and dead weight it. What would I know? He just bangs it in like it wasn't even there. Great shot from Mikey Cacciola. And I don't expect him to miss these now.
Yeah, Mikey, if he does chop up, it's not more than once.
Table 10, West Hayes, Chan Hegan. Table 10, West Hayes and Chan's Hegan.
He's got a bit of the old Kurt Dunham going about him where he looks at the floor when he's queuing. Look at that. How does he see? Not as bad as what Kurt used to be. Kurt used to literally look at the floor.
It's a good win from Mikey. That one would have been a tough game to play, just being big favourite on the. Oh yes, we've got the Empire Open coming up. Everybody, the tournaments that are coming up. The Empire Open at Johnny Walker Classic at Empire Pool Lounge in Adelaide. And that's on I think the 21st of August, if I'm not mistaken.
And if you can't get to that one, folks, it doesn't get the entries it deserves, that venue. It's an excellent venue. Alec puts a lot of time into this game, puts money into it out of his own pocket, I'm pretty sure, as well, and it does not get the entries it deserves. So if you want to get to a comp interstate this year, guys, and you didn't come to Berri, maybe you should consider that comp as one of your comps you go to. Even if you did come to Berri, go to Empire.
Yeah.
Will Dan Lynch be there? Oh, unfortunately, Dan will not be there.
And then in 2 weekends' time, we've got the top 24 state trials in Melbourne at Bar 8. It's not next weekend, the weekend after, on Saturday and Sunday at Bar 8.
A bunch of crumpets battling for positions for the Victorian stateside.
Yeah. You and I are two of those crumpets, Jamie.
Oh, we are indeed.
So looking forward to that day. It's going to be some pretty exciting pool played, I reckon. Quite a strong field.
It is a pretty strong field this year.
So back to Alec on the yellow, is it?
Yeah. He's on the yellows. Good shot.
And if he's on that one in the right centre, that's near the red,
Yeah, if he's on that one near the red, it's perfect.
that gets rid of a problem ball for him.
He's actually kind of landed, if it doesn't go, he's kind of landed in a bit of an awkward spot where everything's off angle of the angle that he actually does want.
There's some value in just rolling the middle yellow in and leaving him
Table
the
12,
pocket,
The long ball?
the long ball in the ball pocket.
Yeah, because we know they're pretty generous, so they're not. It's not a tough shot
Yeah,
compared to it is on some other tables.
He's rolling it in, just coming forward, just 2 inches. So overhead it, look at that wide it's really just slipped away.
This is what I've been talking about, Steve. They're so tricky if you just don't get. You just got to leave yourself just off straight all the
Does the
time.
yellow go in the left corner, or did he play for that one?
Well, if it does, well then we'll shut up. Maybe that was his intended shot.
It must go. Because I can't believe Alec would lose the white that much.
Just doesn't look on, does it?
No, he's playing the double, isn't he?
Playing it off the red, maybe? Oh, it went clean. Okay.
Okay, that's where.
Never mind.
He didn't mind the yellow in bulk.
Do you like... Well,
That's
there's a bit of focus there.
His last ball.
Do you like the... it's a risky shot, Steve, but do you like the thin cut and trying to cannon the red just to the left of the yellow here?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
I was just asking.
I can see I can see the cannon then in off that way.
What?
if you can on the red, it might push it in off. You're talking about the yellow near the middle.
Yes, he's played for that, I reckon. He's just tried to.
He's played that really well, actually.
If he gets the can on the red there, like pretty full, he's happy.
He needed to really land on a sixpence there, so that's given him the chance to do the shot you were saying.
Yeah, a little soft screw here into the red.
Any thinner though, I wouldn't have liked it. He's perfect.
Soft screw into the red. It was a tough shot to hold, but he's got a shot, and I think in this situation, it's all you want.
And with that red on the right-hand cushion, I think it just takes 1% of pressure off this shot. I know that Samhain is very capable of getting out from there anyway, but it does make these shots a little bit harder if your opponent's fat.
You're right. It's a bit more comforting knowing that they've got a ball they've got to deal with.
You won't want to be letting Samhain back to the table though with 7 balls, I'm sure. So big shot. This one
hasn't moved an inch and just smashes it in.
Very good shot.
If you go back and replay that, folks, if you didn't see the first time, there was absolutely zero movement except for the arm. Nothing moved. Just his forearm. The pendulum swung and went bang.
Yeah. And Lynn looks happy.
She does. Look at this, folks. No movement at all except for his eyebrows.
Lynn's happy. She's going to order the T-bone for lunch now.
That is cued as good as you could ask a ball to be cued.
So,
no idea.
So 3-1, and Salmon's put the white in, Jamie.
Oh, look at these yellows.
Balls don't forgive you, do they?
No, they absolutely don't.
And on these tables, you just don't want to be doing anything off or try break. Yellows go game here.
Well, they're definitely favourite. They're favourite.
And he's got connected balls to that left-hand yellow that's tied up.
Yeah, it's weird that. Strange. We're just going to try and find out this dude's name that's playing Jimmy Dalla. I don't believe I've actually ever seen him before, but he's wearing an Australian shirt, so he must be able to fire.
And I don't know about you, Jamie, but I find it harder playing these guys that you've never seen before than people who you know and rate.
I don't.
I really do.
I grow an extra leg. I really do. I feel way more comfortable. But it actually, to be honest, it doesn't matter who I'm playing the first couple of rounds. I feel terrible until I've settled. And then
Who beat you?
Shannon Purcell beat me quite convincingly, to be fair.
He's playing well. I wanted to buy him in the Calcutta last night. He can win this tournament.
Yeah, look, he not to take anything away from him, but he did have a pretty, I think probably to be generous, a pretty good run of the balls, and I think he would admit that himself. But it's just something you're going to come across in this game, especially in a short format. And if you can't deal with it, or you don't respond to that poor run of the balls with a recovery shot of your own, then you lose. And that's pretty much what I did. I got destroyed.
Well, when you're a Ranger, you deserve some bit of run somewhere.
Well, I guess that's true. You've been knocked in the face by life, haven't you? So
yeah.
we'll allow them to have a run of the balls now and then.
Queensland don't really win the Nationals very often, so he's allowed.
You're just making friends everywhere, aren't you, Steve?
No, he's a great bloke, Shannon, and the only reason I can get away with that is because I like him so much. And hopefully
actually,
he likes me so much.
It was quite funny. He got called up this morning, and he was actually still in the shower when he got called up, and he came flying down the stairs with clothes on. He was still wet. His hair was sashing wet. He was dripping all over the floor. Didn't even have shoes on. And I'm like, that is standard Shannon Purcell right there. And then he just goes on and destroys everybody.
It's just not happening for Salmon at the moment. He's everything he's doing is just not working.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. But
although I think those boys from Adelaide have given it a fair crack this weekend, I'd imagine he might be a little bit tired.
I didn't even know Simon drank.
Yeah, they've all been having a great time. It's a good place for fun, and I think I think a lot of people would come here for the social primarily, and then if you get a result on the pool, then that's a bonus.
Yeah, look, I've had a pretty good weekend this weekend. I've enjoyed myself and smashed a couple of steaks up as well, which has been good.
Yeah, the steaks are all right here. So we'll focus on the Samhain game for a bit, just because it's.
Oh, how did I not know this is like one of the best names in 8-ball, Clay Wiedeback. That is like one of the best 8-ball names ever. How did I not know that was him?
Have you heard of him?
No. Well, I saw his name in the Calcutta last night. I said, that is a great name.
Yeah. Obviously a great player as well, because he got further than us.
Good call.
So Alex in good control here. One good positional shot now.
Yeah, I feel he has to play the ball. He's just about to play.
Yeah.
Just play for the middle after this.
It's a slippery table though, so just needs to be careful.
Oh, he's not playing for the middle.
Anyway, I'm a little bit surprised by that choice.
It might be
But
exactly what you said, Steve, because
it
it's
might
slippery.
be a good learning experience for me, because I would have been playing like
Table
yellow
9,
middle all
Brad
day long
Richmond
there.
and Jaden Tonika.
You could stun up the rail?
Brad Richmond and Jaden Tonika.
Stun up the rail, as long as you don't land on the rail.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean if you've got angle, you can come back up and down the table.
I mean, Alec will more often than not play the right shot. So
Yeah, he's going to stun up and down the, up the
I
table.
just think this is risky, but it should be fine.
It's less risky than playing for the middle, I feel. Yeah, so he's on the rail, though. That's not what he wanted. Well, that just
He's
stuck
okay,
to the rail,
actually.
didn't it?
He's okay, he just has to drop this in dead weight, and he's got a shot in the black.
You reckon
But this is why I would have gone the other way, Jamie, just because I don't like leaving myself this sort of stuff.
Well, I would have tried, if I was comfortable with it, to be able to chop that in and hold for the middle, then I would have preferred to play that myself. But he's obviously deliberately not done that, because he's played it with side, landed the bottom rail. But you might be right here, Steve. You might be able to drop this in and give himself a chop. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
fine.
That's thin.
He's got to give it a little bit more than he wanted to. Also, just avoid cannoning off the red and in the middle pocket here. He's going to put a bit of bottom right on it to screw up the table and hit the middle of the right-hand ball rail.
Played it well.
Fine.
Good shot and a good performance there from
Very
Alec.
solid win there from Ace. He's going to take some beating today on that performance.
Yeah, he's down to the quarters already, so whoever's got him in the Calcutta's got already a start of a collect. Who knows how much that will be.
Yeah,
And here's a man that probably doesn't need any introduction to anybody that has anything to do with pool or watching it.
Yep, the favourite for the event. James
I don't know about the
Delmonte.
favourite. And Alec has
Great.
just
Nice
given us a
work,
bit of
mate.
a Leighton Hewitt
Nice
there.
work. Nice work.
But, well, Jimmy's looking like he's getting through the balls pretty quick. He's you'll actually notice too, and this has been going on for a bit now, he doesn't cue out of his pocket anymore. He's actually got his chin right down the centre of the cue. He cue right down the centre now of his chin. So there's only one player left that I can think of that cues from his ear, and that's Butters.
Yeah. Does the Adelaide guy do that as well? Worry? Mark Worry?
I haven't seen the Warrior play for ages. I can't remember where he cues. Not sure what the Warrior's doing. And there's a nice view of the room. This is only one of 3 rooms too, by the way, folks. There's an upstairs section with about, I don't know, 8, 9 tables. And then there's a back room as well with around about the same. I didn't enjoy the back room, I must say, Steve.
Yeah.
I thought the tables were a little bit different to these ones. A bit slower, a bit furrier.
Yeah.
But that's just having a big whinge about not really much at all, to be honest. And overall, this it's been quality.
So yeah, the man with arguably the best break in 8-ball in Australia.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've been watching Leon Hogg break over the weekend, but he's not a small unit for starters and can break hard.
Can break. So Jimmy on yellows trying to do the
Jimmy Delano
Dismount.
thing and just open up everything. As Mikey Cacciola joins commentary and coming for an interview, he was very, very happy with his performance, he said, and said he couldn't have played any better.
yeah. I think he was wiping the sweat off his brow after that one. It was a bit of a banana skin, that match, wasn't it?
Well, he just
But you kept your composure well. That was a tricky encounter.
I've actually never seen anybody get a bigger bowl of chocolate, dip strawberries into it, and start eating them.
That's a bit harsh.
Absolute strawberry king.
I think there's some sour grapes there from Jamie going out earlier than you.
Oh, I'm flying. I've got him in the Calcutta. I don't really care.
Oh, that's right. You should be.
I want him to get strawberries.
You should be encouraging him then. What are you doing?
Yeah, I am encouraging him. He loves
Brett
it.
Neiman, table 1, Brett Neiman, thanks.
Okay, so Clay Weather back.
I'm going to say it's Weederback because it sounds better.
Coming in for Reds. Well, he's lost the white there, but looks to have landed.
May play the double here, Steve.
Not fantastic.
Double on the ball on the rail.
He might try the cut. Looks like he's looking at the double on the right hand red.
Yeah, and just and I don't think you'll leave a hell of a lot on if you sit it over the kick, get a bit of coverage.
Yeah. The plant's on for James Della though. On the 2 yellows under the black. The plant's there, so he wants to cover the back here.
Or pot it and go out.
Well, I don't like the out here for this chap. But I'll stand corrected if he dishes.
Do not ever,
Oh, you don't like the dish.
ever again on CueballTV
term.
say the word dish, Steve. You will be ejected immediately from your seat. That is a really gay English Stacey Vine term, and we do not say that in CueballTV. And this is a perfect example of these tables. I can't believe that hasn't gone in. Oh, seriously, he's hit that like 3/4 way up the rail.
Must be tightening up a bit now.
Nah, look how neat that is overall. I'm surprised it didn't go in.
So if the plant's on here, then James has a chance to go game.
I don't think it is, Steve.
Maybe it's not.
I think the black might be just in the way.
I think he would have already played it if it was.
Yeah, he's going to play a safety.
Yeah, he'll be putting the white under the yellow on the left rail.
I think you just drop it onto the bottom rail, mate. Oh, look at this, even better.
Yeah, even better, what a shot.
What a freak show. Well, that's actually well planned, well judged.
Yeah.
Shannon Purcell, meanwhile, is playing against
Ben.
Is it Ben Neiman? Is it Ben Neiman?
I don't know this chap.
I think I know his surname's Neiman. I just can't remember if his first name is Ben or not. I know it's Neiman. Brett Neiman.
Brett Neiman, okay.
Yeah. Can play the game when he gets going.
When he what?
When he gets going.
Yeah. So he's a fizzer, is he? A bit of a potter?
Yeah, he loves to attack.
Okay. So do you think Shannon will outsmart him?
Look, you know what? Shannon actually played some very clever little containing shots, and he has got that in his arsenal.
So Jimmy's back at the table on yellows here, and should go game.
Yeah, he will.
Not too many problems here.
These tables suit Jimmy more than anyone in the room. Maybe except for you, Steve. I can't believe you're out of the tournament. What did I say to you this weekend? If you do not win this tournament on these tables, you should quit 8-ball. I think I said that.
I think you did.
All right, you should quit 8-ball.
Yeah, probably should.
No, like I said, it's a chook
Wasting a lot of
raffle.
money playing this game.
It's a full chook raffle this tournament, as are most of these best of fives.
I just love the atmosphere in here. I don't even mind losing too much because it's such a good weekend.
Yeah, this
Away with
room
the boys,
itself, especially these 4 tables, when everyone's around carrying on at the bar or watching and talking, whatever they're doing, that general crowd atmosphere is really good. I think better than any tournament in the country, to be fair. I think when the Ballarat tournament used to be at the Ballinada room, it was just like that. It was a really good environment. Yeah, it was excellent. I really missed that room.
Shannon, in a blink of an eye, is already on the out here. He's making light work of this frame already. It looked like they were tied up a bit earlier.
Yeah, look, I honestly think he's playing okay.
Yeah.
He's got the white ball.
Della's left himself
He'll just smash this in. He'll smash this in. Oh, he's hit it soft. He must have 2.
Not sure about that.
He's got 2. I was going to say, there's no way he would ever hit that soft if he had 2. No, 1, sorry.
So, cruise control for James Della. It's hard to see him losing this tournament if he starts to fire.
Well, if he gets going, like I said, he's susceptible early rounds, just like a lot of these power Potter players. You know, they miss a couple of balls, fall out of position or whatever, and suddenly they get rolled.
Yeah.
But once you get going and you get deep in the tournament, they become very difficult to beat. Maybe this is Jimmy Della's year.
Just a shout out to Nick Young, who was last year's winner, who couldn't make it this year. He might be at home or at work watching this at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Don't turn up and defend your title, will ya?
Yeah.
Or Butters, don't even turn up and defend your runner-up. No, they had their reasons. I know Nick had to work. I'm not sure why Pete's pulled out, but I'm sure there would have been a reason for it. He loves the game and loves to play in every event he can, so there would have been a legit reason.
Yeah, I think he had to work in Seymour.
Yeah, I mean, he's just come back from world titles as well, so he's been away for a few weeks.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Nick Young.
Yeah, Nick had work commitments for sure. Butters probably just decided, you know, I'm all pulled out for a few weeks and I might have some time off.
Yeah. I'm sure Butters will be watching this. He loves the game. And if he isn't, he's finally got a life.
So one of the greatest names in Australian 8-ball is taken yellows. Clay Wiedeback. Loving the name, I really am. I think just the name Clay is awesome.
A nice containing safety there from Shannon again. He's utilising that shot well this week.
I think the only way you can make this guy's name more awesome is if it started with a K.
Or actually pronounced it Weatherbatch.
With a batch.
That's actually got such a good ring to it.
Wiedebatch. That's the go. Wiedebatch.
It is.
Clay Wiedebatch. I'm liking it. I bet you that's what it is.
We're all over that.
I'm liking it.
And if he clears these up, that would be some weirder batch of a night.
His name's Lucky.
Lucky?
Maybe Wiedebatch stands for lucky in some other language.
Ah, so that's how he made it through. Pure jam.
I will say, though, to you, you will in this tournament, particularly this year, the field of elite is not as great as what it normally is. We're missing a lot of high-level elite players this year. So you are going to see some guys that you wouldn't normally see sneak into the 8 this year.
Yeah.
Probably at least 2 or 3 because they'll have had a sick draw all the way through where they haven't actually run into another elite player.
Yeah.
Or they've rolled one on the way through and they've kept going. So you're going to see some guys you haven't seen before probably, and I think it's great. It's really good to see new faces at tournaments.
And just a shout out for Dan Lynch as well. CueballTV beating Jason Tucker from South Australia.
Did you really? Oh, that's awesome.
3 frames to 1. Probably the best win of his career.
Dan Lynch strikes again.
One of them. And
Then you probably lost to a bloke you've never heard of.
and that's true, yeah. Dan lost to someone after that. Pretty sharpish.
Well, that's a sick shot from Brett Neiman.
Yeah, let's give it Shannon a bit more to think about.
Actually, Leon Hogg must be out because he is umpiring. So this field is opening up, I tell you. And this is what I'm saying. If you can just...
You'll find that I think Delahunty, Evernades and Cacciola, if they avoid each other in the draw, will be there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's my call.
There's sort of a couple of ways you can look at it. If you can get yourself a sick draw to the 8, then...
Good line there from Clay, Wiedebatch. Lucky not to reach the yellow. So you're saying if you get a sick draw?
If you can get a sick draw of the 8, you know, sometimes you just need a really good draw, or sometimes you get a really, really difficult draw and just destroy everyone. And the people that do that, they get the really difficult draws and they keep winning in their way, they win the tournament.
Yeah.
Because they're just playing tough match after tough match. But me personally, I love the sick draw. I know I'm going to run into someone down the end.
I prefer the harder draws, to be honest, but we're all different. I just find I switch off sometimes against players I think I should beat.
Oh, Shannon, why don't you do that against me, you tosser? He just shanked that. That was a bit harsh, wasn't it?
It was a bit harsh. Sorry to our Queensland viewers.
I might still be a little bit salty that I've lost. Well, Jimmy Della.
Cruise control.
Yeah, I
3-0.
think this is absolute destruction.
And that's just the sort of game I think James needed to just get his eye sharp.
Tell you
Off
what,
point.
how's his shot from Brett Neiman if his yellow goes to the bottom right?
Does it go off the yellow right in the middle?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just this last yellow. I don't know if it goes anywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky.
And I don't think he's got an angle to screw into it. Well, he's obviously feeling the double, or it's on clean.
It looks like he's going for double trouble.
It doesn't look on, does it, to the corner? It's got to be a double.
Is he going for the double back into the middle? No.
Well,
It's a long way away from
you know what's
that.
happened there, though? He's tried to hold the white as well for the black. Like he's tried to control the white. Shannon Purcell should have no problems clearing here.
Shannon will stitch him right up here. I think.
Yeah, if Shannon doesn't like the out, he'll just play a snooker. It's the way he plays.
I think the out looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think the only thing he's looking at is that ball on the bottom rail.
Sometimes you turn down these outs, you end up regretting it.
Agree. I mean, that ball on the bottom rail on these tables is not difficult. You just got to land sort of behind it. You don't have to be straight on it. In fact, you want angle. But he may be leaving it till last as well.
Clay Wiederbach on the table on the left is just a dry break in the white end from James Della, so he gets his hand on the table.
Tell you what, unless he cuts this super thin, he's not going to land on anything.
It's not brilliant.
Yeah, he's all right. Maybe not.
Yeah,
No,
he's
that's
okay.
dodgy.
No,
You're right,
it's
ball in
all
the middle? Yep.
Yeah, ball in the middle. He'll probably play the red on the rail last. Right. Little Shannon. Just to make sure. Okay, he's going to clean himself the angle.
Yeah, you play this for the bottom left
It's going to
corner.
be difficult to miss this one, really.
On these pockets, they're so tough to miss. You just got to get him near the
You
pocket.
just want to be making sure that this white isn't too far away, like maybe that.
Probably hit it. Yeah, overhit it a touch, but he's queuing all right.
This stage of the day, you'd be disappointed to miss this one.
Stunner for side rail. Nice shot. Perfect.
Problem there. So good work from Shannon. 2-0.
Yeah, and I do believe he will dictate terms in this match. So Clay Wiederbach. Wiederbach. I think that's the coolest name of all of them we've come up with. Decided was at the end.
Wiederbach.
Wiederbach.
No, Banch is going to be the best one.
Do you think maybe we're going on about the name a bit too much? Well, I'm going on about the name a bit too much.
Yeah, we both are.
I'm pretty obsessed with it.
He's got a nice watch as well.
Big effort. Oh, he may have fluked this. No. Jimmy Della has one problem ball, and it is a real problem, unless he might take the face cut double on right now.
I think he will as well. It'll be a little bit of a liberty if he does it, because I don't think he would do this shot against a better player, do you think?
Maybe not, but I think when you look at this table, there is not a simple ball to get a cannon with on that.
Lovely shot.
I think actually, you know what?
He would have played that against anyone.
Yeah,
wouldn't
he would have. He would have for sure.
And halfway lost the frame though, but
Well,
fringes,
I think he knows there's no linking ball to get a really simple cannon because they're all down here and they're all congested. So
yeah, there's enough safety there to sort of calculated risk in. These reds look pretty tasty.
one thing I do like about Jimmy's game, like that shot there, for example, you will see so many people pot that and the white will land like way short. So down the table 1.5 to 2 feet. He always makes sure he gets either too high than not enough. That's something
I thought he would have played the one in the middle there with the kill the yellow and just stay on the red into the right corner, but he's seen something else that he likes better.
I wouldn't be surprised if he...
I'm really surprised he's gone this way.
I wouldn't surprise if he pots this ball in the corner now and gets a little cannon on the red.
I mean, I'm no one to
Maybe he's got the angle to stun for the ball on the bottom right. He does. There you go.
Shot selection, but I don't know if that was the right way. I'll just say it wasn't the right way.
Well,
he's such a good QS, he'll probably still mop these up, won't he?
yeah, well, he's going to cannon the yellow. He's going to have a long ball screwed back for the black in the centre.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that annoyed the hell out of me in one of the matches I played over there too.
Always playing with half the queue here, folks. You can't see it on the camera.
He's missed. Yeah, you cannot see it on the camera, but there is a giant pylon like in the middle of the room. Like obviously it's structural, you can't move it out of the way. But the table's just close enough to it that if you're queuing off right off the edge of the table, it actually gets in the way of your queue.
So, if Bart Bacharach has any chance of staying in this match, sorry, I mean Clay
Bird,
Weatherback.
Jesus. We've
Clay
gone.
Weatherback, not Bart.
Where'd Bird come from?
I don't know, I just thought of it.
You just feel he's a Bert now.
No, it's a he's a famous crooner, Bart Bacharach.
All right. Famous what?
He's a singer from the 50s.
No wonder I didn't know. I'm old, dude, but 50s, come on, give us a spell.
Yeah, Clay would know all about Bart. When he watches this back at home, he'll go, yeah, I know Bart Bacharach. I don't know what it's got to do with my game of pool. It'd be nice to see Clay rolling back here and get a winning frame on CueballTV. I don't think he's been on CueballTV before from memory. Unless it was before my time.
I'd like to see him nail this out too. It's a tricky out though.
Just to give the Della a little bit of work to do. We don't want to see him cross too easily into the set quarterfinal.
No, we don't. Big shot this.
Straight in.
Yeah, no, more for the cue ball.
Yeah.
Because this ball on the top right is dodgy.
Yeah.
If you're going to use that for your last ball for black transition, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Table 9, James Dominica.
He couldn't do that much better with his hand. It's a very good shot. Still got a lot of work to do though here, and I don't know about this shot, mate. This is not the right shot.
Yeah, I have to agree. The white ball's going all over the shop here, and you're going to be relying on a touch of luck.
This is the sort of shot if you're playing. He's played it great, but if you played that shot for your state team, you get dropped immediately at the next round.
Table 9, Steve Spear, Chris Hazel.
Does he
Does
got to play the double here or what,
That
Steve?
said, even though it was the wrong shot, he played it very well, folks. So credit to Clay, not taking anything away from him.
I think he's got to play the double here, Steve.
I don't know.
Chop it.
No, he's either going to chop it or double it.
Chop it down and punt, like stuff it side rail for the yellow in the right middle.
I'd probably pop the bottom one in the left corner and come around 3 angles personally, but he's doing double of it.
It's a tough shot, whenever what you take. He has gone the double. That's a super shot. Wants the white to hold, and it has.
He's saying, not only have I got the best name in 8-ball, I'm one of the best players as well.
There he goes, I double everything. And that is, and I think he's even got a little angle to stun across for the black as well.
He's got the eye of the tiger now. Clay Weatherback.
Oh, he had more angle than I thought. This is actually a little tricky.
Yeah, this is a twitchy one. Let's see if there's any movement. Or will he stay still as Alec Evernadas did earlier?
Well, we know he was going to play in the middle before he got down because he was eyeing it off. That just tells us I am.
It's one of those where the leg just moves a bit, or the shoulder moves a little
Well,
bit.
you get the chicken wing. I reckon he gets this. He has got it.
Got it. What a shot.
And I'll tell you what, there is a bit of crowd support for the best name in 8-ball.
There it is.
Table 7, Ian Skeon.
Could be a big TP. The structure of the room putting Della off.
It could be. The only person that's not happy about that's Leon Hogg because he's got to keep umpiring.
Meanwhile, Shannon Purcell on yellows. I don't know if he's got 1 or 2 shots, but he looks like he's starting to flow.
Yeah, he's got one, yeah.
Which, I'm sure there'll be quite a few viewers from Queensland. Dan, how many viewers have you got at the moment, Dan? 100. 100 viewers.
That's piss poor, folks. Come on.
And we can tell just from the analytics here that there's 3 from Queensland.
We can tell from the analytics as soon as I put the mic on, it tripled.
Free from Queensland. Welcome to all you Queensland viewers watching your champion pot out for a last 8th place, which I'm pretty sure he's going to get now. He's looking really good. And I think between him, Alec,
It's a good shot.
Della and Michael, you're looking at the winner of this tournament.
Phil Riley's still going too, Jamo.
That's true.
Total 8, Justin Hammer, Peter Glidden.
Hang on a minute.
Peter Glidden.
Justin Hammer. That is a contending name right there.
I think Clay's name is under fire now. With Justin
Imagine if it was Clay Hammer. Justin Hammer. I don't think I've heard of this fella before. Get him on the stream.
So if Della gets the black open here, it's sayonara.
Oh, did you actually see his head move there on that shot?
It's me.
Did you see his head move?
Yes. Obviously a little bit of tension in the arm for Della after that unfortunate event in the previous frame where he had to unscrew his cue to play a shot because there was not enough room in the room.
And this is open, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's open table.
These yellows look delicious.
They both look delicious. I think Clay's taking yellows because I don't think you can pot a red. But I mean, I actually preferred reds from here. But
Table 11, Ryan Muris and Mick Smith. Table 11, Ryan Muris and Mick Smith.
is that the main draw?
Okay, so Clay, Weber batch.
It's Wiederbach.
No, Weeder batch.
No, it's Wiederbach, we've decided.
Weeder batch.
It sounded-
He's got his own gardening business. He's
But he only.
to get a bit of a run on here. He's lost position though, and he's got to play this.
Did you not
dodgy
chuck
play.
this ball in the middle, the yellow in the
You
middle?
would, but Clay Weeder batch.
Oh, look at this
He's not
shot.
a conventional player, and he says, "I'm going to go my way."
Well, he has to play the yellow here and just move that red out of the way, the black that he just put in the way of it.
Yeah, he does.
He still made this awkward though. This ball on the side row, the transition to it now might be a bit tricky.
Table 2, Ben Ryan, Will
Be a bit
Shilton.
careful here.
Actually, I've seen the out, Jamo. Pot this, move the red, pot the ball in the middle, up off the bottom cushion, top cushion, sorry.
right hand
Get
side,
get
right
nice
hand
and
side.
straight on the last ball, and then drop the last one in. The black's in is clear, and that's not on anymore.
That's not an ideal shot for Clay, but he's still in it.
Not sure if
Tony
this yellow.
Grantham just joined us in the commentary box. How are you going, man? You still going? Jimmy? Well, Jimmy was cruising in this one. Did you see what happened? 3-0 up. He's got his last red. White's landed on the rail, just off straight.
3-1. Clay's taken the double on, but unfortunately he's missed it by a bit. Put it on the cushion, and the real problem ball here for Jimmy is this one that he's just looking at now, the one that he's eyeing off left-hand side of the table. See if it clears this black. If it does go, he'll take it now, and I would expect him to clear.
I've just been informed that Clay's name is spelt wrong. Dan. It's actually Wiedenbach.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
Yeah, it's an N, not an R. So instead of Werderbach,
It's Wiedenbach. It's Wiedenbach.
Wiedenbach.
Hang on, we've got. Oh wow, we've got it nowhere near right. W-E-I-D-E-N. It's Wiedenbach. We've decided it's Wiedenbach, all
We've
right?
definitely overdone it on the Wiedenbach. So let's go back to the game, and Della with one dodgy red.
You might screw into it here.
Yeah,
No.
and it likes it down the rail.
Well, he looked at this earlier, and he was pretty much in the same spot and denied it.
You
So
know what? This is a pressure ball now because of what's happened.
I have to query if it's even on, because surely he would have taken it as his
Fine.
first ball before.
Very tight.
But what's the point of potting all these balls and then going, I'll take it now, it's tight. You might as well take it straight away while there's traffic still. And
Well, he didn't plan to miss earlier on.
well, let's see.
It's tough.
If you lost it,
No, good. He had a lot of side on that as well. And he's left the black on too, so play your chance.
Jimmy's just wobbling a little bit here, a bit of a speed bump. I'm sure he'll still be fine.
Well, if I'm Clay here, I want to go up and down, and I want to get on this ball in the bottom row, but not be hard up on the roll. I want a bit of angle. No matter what, I don't want to be straight on the ball here. This pace looks good. This pace looks very good.
Yeah, that's good. And I've just seen the name up there as
Slightly
well.
under here.
It's actually a widened batch, which is a brilliant, even bigger
That's what I'm
improvement.
saying, mate. This is the best name in 8 ball by a mile.
Widened batch.
Oh, like I said, this what was the Hammer guy? What was his first name again? Mark Hammer or whatever it was?
I think it was Jason.
Jason Hammer. That is a sick name as well. We've got some great names appearing in 8 ball at the moment.
Oh,
I don't think he's quite got it across enough to really
no.
cause the full damage.
It's still a bit tricky for Jimmy. He wants just something straightforward to get through this match. He's starting to get a little bit annoyed with the stuff that's going on. He'll be fine, but he's definitely.
I think he's attacking this thing.
Yeah,
I think
he's going for the dismount here, I think, or not.
Oh, this looks a bit dodgy, does it?
It's not brilliant.
That's not awesome at all. I would actually like to know what he was playing for there. Do you think he was trying to come between the left-hand side of the table? Because he was fairly straight.
Yeah, he must have got a bit of left-hand side on the white.
Or he's just hit it into the pocket
Cube
straight.
it into the left, into the right. He's just got to try and take the pocket now.
He's played that very well.
Dale Gifford, table 14, Dale Gifford.
Clay's in a bit of trouble now.
He is in strife now, yeah, no doubt about that.
And Ryan Murex, table 11, Ryan Murex.
Putting the yellow up there, Jamie, just to create a bit more traffic.
To be honest, mate, I'm trying to work out how you can get it there and not leave a ball on if you don't get the shot right, because you just play this double up and down, you don't get it right, you're going to leave a plant on.
Not necessarily if you can on something.
That's what I mean. If you don't hit anything, you don't make any movement, you're going to leave it on. So you've got to do something here. Oh, I don't like this shot. Even if it goes in, I don't like it. What do you do here?
I've absolutely no idea. I think he was essentially just playing to leave over the hole.
If he's played to leave that a hole, it's a loss of frame, though, a loss of match, because the plant's not that difficult. Jimmy would have eaten that. He even had left him the perfect angle to come off the side cushion and bring the white back here.
Can he actually stun this yellow down the rail and take the pocket and get the yellow, the red out of there?
Yeah, there's a gap there to try and sneak inside.
Yeah. So Clay, Whedon Bench, trying to sneak inside here.
Oh, he's belted it and he's gone in off. Well, I think he's played for a little bit of luck there, just to try and pull the white back up the other end of the table and just hope for a little bit of luck with the white, with the object ball.
Well, as they say, speed kills.
Or it just makes you go faster.
One good pot, and he's home and dry.
Tell you what, Jimmy's head moves a lot. Have you noticed that? His head sort of
A little bit.
bobbles all over the shot.
I don't notice it too much. Have another look here.
Well, you're not going to see it here. You can't even see his head.
I can see the forehead.
So, but see, it even poked out on the screen a bit more.
A little bit.
I reckon we're going to see it
I
here.
don't think he's struggling with it.
You
though.
watch. No, well, he's not. But you see, he tilts his head a little bit and does all this weird crap.
There we
And
go.
then says, thanks very much,
To get that
I'm
one
winning.
out of the way, that was a bit of a...
Well, a 4-1 is a dominating scoreline, but you're right. It wasn't convincing from frame 3 onwards.
Table 5, Sean Tanner, Daniel Style.
Let's put it this way. If Jimmy plays like that against one of the other elite players, he will be exiting the tournament.